Have you ever wondered why, on some mornings, even after a full night's sleep, your head still feels heavy, your heartbeat slow, and your legs strangely weak? You might think it's just age catching up. But what if I told you that in just 1 minute, yes, one single minute a day, you could restart your entire circulation, awaken your brain, and make your heart feel young again? Would you believe it? I'm a health expert from Everyday Vital Path, and today I'll show you why a few simple movements, a short walk, a few gentle heel raises, can completely change how blood flows through your body, how your mind processes thoughts, and even how you experience life itself. There's something deeper, more mysterious happening within each heartbeat, and once you understand it, you'll never see your body the same way again. If this is something you want to explore, make sure to subscribe to Everyday Vital Path. It helps us keep bringing you more of these life-changing health insights. Now, here's a quick question for you. Do you believe true youth comes from A, a clear and focused mind, or B, a strong and healthy heart? Comment your answer, A or B, below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Can you imagine this? In just 1 minute, your entire body and brain can reconnect, working together again in perfect harmony. Just 1 minute. No pills, no machines, no miracle cures, only mindful connection between movement and breath. I call it the 1-minute brain-body flow. Sit up straight. Take a deep breath, then gently wiggle your toes, feeling a tiny spark of energy rise through your body. As you do, slowly turn your head, right, then left, as if reopening the pathways that carry blood and oxygen to your brain. Next, move your tongue, side to side, press it against the roof of your mouth, to awaken the centers of memory and speech. And finally, gently massage your ears, lift, pull down, circle around, to activate your balance, and awaken your awareness. One of my 78-year-old patients once said, "Doctor, I can't believe a single minute could make my head feel this clear." And I smiled. Because the magic isn't in age, it's in mindfulness. 1 minute done slowly, with intention, lets your body and mind start talking to each other again. You know, many people I meet, from 60 to 70 years old, make the same mistake: they rush. They think faster or harder means better. But after 50, haste becomes the enemy of progress. I remember Martha, 67. She told me, "Doctor, my neck hurts more after a few days." When I asked, she admitted, "I doubled the routine to speed things up." Our bodies at this age are like a vintage violin: touch it right, and it sings; force it, and the string breaks. So move slowly, gently, consistently. Breathe deeply. Feel each motion. That slight tension you notice? That's the sweet spot. And most importantly, don't skip days. 1 minute every day is better than 10 minutes once a week. Tie this habit to something you already do, right after brushing your teeth, before your morning coffee, until it becomes part of you. You're not in a race. You're in a conversation with your body. Now, try this with me. Sit up straight, take a deep breath, and gently stick out your tongue. Hold for 5 seconds, feel those tiny muscles awaken. Then slowly move it to the right, as if smiling toward an old memory. Hold 5 seconds, then to the left. Press it firmly against the roof of your mouth, then rotate it in circles, 5 times each direction. The whole exercise takes less than a minute. Strange, isn't it? Yet your tongue holds thousands of nerve endings directly linked to the brain, especially the areas for language, memory, and focus. When you move it consciously, you're reactivating those dormant connections. One of my patients, Walter, 74, told me, "Doctor, since doing this tongue exercise, I can tell stories to my grandkids without losing my words." And that made me smile. Because sometimes, the secret to feeling young again isn't in a prescription, it's in a mindful minute, a single breath, and a simple, meaningful movement. I want you to imagine this. It's early morning. Before doing any exercise, just sit quietly, hold a glass of water at room temperature, and drink it slowly. Feel each sip travel down your throat, spreading through your body, as if you're gently waking up every sleepy cell inside you. It sounds simple, doesn't it? But for people over 50, this small act holds remarkable power. As we age, we start losing the sensation of thirst, yet our brain still depends on water to function smoothly. Nearly 80% of the brain is water, and even mild dehydration slows down the blood flow that carries oxygen and nutrients to the brain. Neural connections begin to fade, and suddenly you find yourself feeling foggy, tired, or forgetful. I once had a patient named Helen, 72 years old. She told me, "Doctor, I do all the exercises, but my head still feels heavy, like it's filled with fog." I asked her to drink a glass of water 5 minutes before her morning routine. 2 weeks later, she smiled and said, "Doctor, it's like someone turned the lights on in my head." Sometimes, the secret to feeling young again isn't found in anything complex, it's hidden in a single sip of water. And in listening to your body. Now, try something with me. Raise your hands and gently touch your ears. Feel the warmth of your fingertips, then softly pull your ears upward and hold for 5 seconds, move them sideways, then downward, and finally, make small circles around them. It might sound simple, but in that 1 minute, you're actually awakening your brain. You see, your ears aren't just for hearing. Inside them are thousands of nerve endings directly connected to the brainstem and vestibular system, the centers that regulate balance, sleep, heart rhythm, and even emotion. When you massage your ears, you send soothing signals that increase circulation, stabilize blood pressure, and calm the mind. I remember a patient named George, 76, who used to feel dizzy every morning. I taught him this ear massage routine. 2 weeks later, he told me, "Doctor, I can get out of bed now without worrying about falling." Sometimes, what makes us steady in life isn't muscle strength, it's the mindful awareness behind small movements. And I know, the hardest part isn't starting, it's staying consistent. We get excited in the first few days, and then life gets busy. That's why I share a little secret with my patients. I call it anchoring the habit. Attach your 1-minute exercise to something you never forget to do. Brushing your teeth, or before your morning coffee. When you do that, your brain starts to associate it automatically. This is the time to care for my body and memory. Soon, it becomes as natural as breathing. I had a patient, Linda, 70 years old. Every morning at 7 o'clock, a soft piano tune played on her phone. That was her signal to begin her 1 minute for the brain. After 30 days, she told me, "Doctor, I remember things now without even trying." You see, true health doesn't always come from big, dramatic efforts. It often lives in the quiet, consistent moments we repeat each day. Let that one mindful minute become your anchor, the small ritual that keeps you steady amid the rush of life. I want you to try something with me right now. Sit down, place your bare feet flat on the floor, and feel the ground beneath you. Now, gently lift your toes and hold for 5 seconds, then press them down, as if you're gripping the earth. Next, slide them lightly forward and back, and finally, open and close your toes like a flower blooming. Do this twice. It takes less than a minute. It sounds simple, doesn't it? But in that single minute, you're reawakening the connection between your body and your brain, the connection that aging sometimes makes us forget. I once met Henry, 75, who worried that his steps were no longer steady. After a few weeks of doing this exercise each morning, he said, "Doctor, I can get out of bed without fear of falling now. And strangely, my mind feels clearer too." Science confirms this. When you move your toes with awareness, the brain regions responsible for balance, memory, and focus light up and reconnect. So every morning, take one mindful minute to remind your body, I'm still here. I can still feel every step I take. Before you begin any exercise I share, I want you to remember something important. Your body is not your enemy, it's your lifelong companion. If that companion is tired, recovering from surgery, or dealing with issues in the neck or tongue, you must listen, slowly and gently. I once had a patient, Susan, 68. After neck surgery, she was eager to get back into training to feel strong again. But within days, her neck pain returned. When we spoke, I told her, "Susan, sometimes pausing isn't falling behind, it's giving your body the chance to say, I'm ready now. If you ever feel dizzy, lightheaded, or in pain, stop. Reduce your range of motion or switch to something gentler, maybe deep breathing or a light massage. And always, when in doubt, consult your doctor. Because what truly matters isn't how fast or how much you do, but how wisely, kindly, and safely you move. Now, let's try something very simple, something that can instantly change how your body feels. Take a deep breath in through your nose, slowly count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then exhale through your mouth, just a bit longer, as if you're blowing away every ounce of tension in your mind. Keep going, calm, unforced, unhurried. Have you noticed? When we're young, our breathing is deep and full of life. But as we grow older, it becomes shallow, rushed, and that's when the brain starts lacking oxygen, the heart works harder, and our thoughts become foggy. One of my patients, Robert, 71, once told me, "Doctor, every morning I take 3 deep breaths like you taught me, and my head feels so clear." I smiled and said, "That's because you just gave your brain the gift of oxygen." Science calls this the activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, the part that relaxes you, lowers blood pressure, and calms the mind. Just a few mindful breaths remind your body, I'm alive. I'm present. And I'm still in control of every breath I take. I want you to try this with me, very slowly, no rush. Sit up straight, relax your shoulders, then gently turn your head to the right and pause for a moment. Inhale. Then slowly turn left and exhale deeply. Next, tilt your head back as if gazing at the sky, and finally, lower your chin softly toward your chest. Just a few simple movements, yet you've just reopened the highway that carries blood to your brain, the source of your memory, clarity, and mood. I once had a patient named David, 73. He told me, "Doctor, my head always feels heavy, like it's full of fog." I showed him this neck routine, twice a day. 2 weeks later, he came back smiling, "Doctor, it's like someone flipped a light switch in my head." You see, when we strain our necks, from sitting too long or stress, the blood flow to the brain can be slightly compressed, leading to fatigue and brain fog. But just a few slow, mindful movements restore circulation, bringing oxygen back to your brain. The result? Clarity, calm, and a lighter head. And remember, never force it, never push through pain. Let your body lead, one breath at a time. Now, imagine this, morning sunlight slipping through your window. And you turn on a gentle melody, soft piano, or the sound of the wind through trees. Under that music, you begin your 1-minute routine, slow, mindful, graceful. Music holds a strange power. Especially as we age. It doesn't just soothe the mind, it awakens joy, that subtle, forgotten emotion we all need. In that moment, movement stops feeling like a chore, and becomes a quiet celebration of being alive. I remember Mary, 69, who once told me, "Doctor, I never liked exercise until I started playing ocean waves and soft guitar each morning." From that day on, she never skipped a session. Music makes habits easier, because the brain links pleasure with repetition. So every morning, let the rhythm guide your body, and let your soul smile with the music of life. Now, imagine this, 30 days from today, you wake up, step out of bed, and feel lighter. Your thoughts come faster, your words flow clearly, and your feet stand firm. No more, "What was I about to say?" moments, no more dizziness when you stand. I've seen this transformation hundreds of times. One man, 74, told me, "Doctor, I never thought a few minutes of daily practice could make me speak as smoothly as I did years ago." And he smiled, confidently, brightly, like someone who'd reclaimed himself. Science calls it neural reactivation, when gentle, consistent movements of the tongue, neck, ears, and feet improve blood flow, oxygen delivery, and awaken the parts of the brain responsible for balance, language, and memory. But truly, the magic isn't in complexity, it's in consistency. Just one mindful minute a day, and after 30 days, you'll realize something powerful. Your body hasn't grown old, it's simply been waiting to be awakened, with patience, care, and love. I have a small routine that I often share with my patients, and it also happens to be the most enjoyable self-test you can do at home. No machines, no doctors, just you, and a bit of patience. Each morning, pick 5 random words, maybe flower, door, light, river, and key. Read them aloud, remember them, and then go about your business for a few minutes. After 3 minutes, try to recall how many you still remember. I call it the 1-minute memory test. If you've been doing the brain activation exercises I've shared, you'll be surprised. Each week, you'll remember faster, sharper, and with less effort. Next comes the balance test. Stand beside a chair, lift one foot slightly, and count 10 to 20 seconds per leg. You might wobble the first time, and that's perfectly fine. Write down your results each week. After 30 days, you'll notice a difference. Your brain feels clearer, your stance firmer, and your confidence stronger. Sometimes, the most valuable thing isn't the result itself, it's the quiet journey of watching yourself improve a little each day. I often tell my patients that 1-minute exercise flips the switch in your brain, but to let that light spread, you need a few more steps. So after your morning minute, don't sit right back down. Get up, walk slowly around your home, or step outside to breathe in the morning air. Just 5 to 10 minutes of gentle walking helps extend your circulation, keeping oxygen and blood flowing freely to your brain and heart. I remember a patient, Richard, 78 years old. Every morning after his 1-minute routine, he'd stroll through his garden, pick up fallen leaves, and watch sunlight spill through the trees. He told me, "Doctor, I don't feel that heavy-headed fog anymore. Now I feel alive." That's the quiet miracle of gentle, consistent movement. If you'd like, try the Japanese radio taiso stretches, or simply raise and lower your heels, like soft waves, sending blood back to your heart. Let your body move. Let the energy you awakened continue to flow, like the morning sun spreading through every cell, awakening your mind, your breath, and your day. When you start maintaining the habit of 1 minute for your body and mind, the miracle doesn't happen on the first day. It comes quietly, gently, like a drop of water seeping into dry soil. Or that first deep breath after a long, tiring day. Every small movement, lifting your toes, turning your neck, taking a slow breath, isn't just an exercise. It's a way of returning to yourself. After a few weeks, you'll notice something subtle but powerful. Your body feels more flexible, your mind less foggy, and a calm sense of peace returns. I've seen hundreds of people in their 60s and 70s regain confidence simply by staying consistent with these simple, mindful moments. The scariest part of aging isn't the body growing old, it's when we stop believing we can change. The deeper lesson is this: when you take even 1 minute a day to care for your body, you're sending a message that says, "I'm still here. I still care about myself." And that's the very first step toward healing, at any age. Start today. Don't wait until you're exhausted to begin restoring yourself. Now, a question for you. Which do you believe matters more? A. Caring for your body every day, or B. Only paying attention when something goes wrong? Leave your answer, A or B, in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe to Everyday Vital Path so we can keep walking this journey of health, peace, and awareness together.